Mencius, also known as Mengzi, was a Chinese philosopher who lived during the 4th century BCE. He is considered one of the most important Confucian thinkers, building upon the teachings of Confucius and expanding upon them. A great man is he who does not lose his child's heart. Virtue is not left to stand alone. He who practices it will have neighbors. A person is born with a sense of duty and a sense of shame. He who attends to his greater self becomes a great man, and he who attends to his smaller self becomes a small man. Only when a person has a sincere and genuine heart can he have a sincere and genuine mind. A gentleman would be ashamed should his deeds not match his words. The path to greatness is not along a smooth road. When a person's father is alive, look at the bent of his will. When his father is dead, look at his conduct. If for 3 years he does not change from the ways of his father, he may be called filial. To be able to practice 5 things everywhere under heaven constitutes perfect virtue: gravity, generosity of soul, sincerity, earnestness, and kindness. Great is the man who has not lost his childlike heart. Friendship is one mind in 2 bodies. The nature of man is good. Where there is deep resentment, there will be great revenge. The cautious seldom err. Learning without thought is labor lost. Thought without learning is perilous. Evil exists to cultivate good. Those who think of themselves as capable end up being capable. When one by force subdues men, they do not submit to him in their hearts. They submit because their strength is not adequate to resist. The way of the superior man is threefold: virtuous, he is free from anxieties; wise, he is free from perplexities; bold, he is free from fear. If the king loves music, there is little wrong in the land. The people are the most important element in a nation. The spirits of the land and grain come next, and the ruler is the lightest. When you see a worthy person, endeavor to emulate him. When you see an unworthy person, then examine your inner self. People's natures are alike. It is their habits that separate them. The people are the root of the nation. When the root is firm, the nation is tranquil. The demands that a gentleman makes are upon himself. Those that a small man makes are upon others. The faults of a superior person are like the sun and moon. They have their faults, and everyone sees them. They change, and everyone looks up to them. A person's life is limited, but knowledge is limitless. What heaven has conferred is called the nature and accordance with this nature is called the path of duty. The regulation of this path is called instruction. To love all people regardless of their status is the mark of a true sage. To practice what you have learned is the most important thing. When people do not respect us, we are sharply offended, yet in his private heart, no man much respects himself. Only when a person's accomplishments are recognized can they fully shine. When people are in distress, they should be helped, not trampled upon. A person should be made to act in accordance with their natural disposition. A person who is not benevolent to others cannot be called a noble person. Happiness and sorrow are entirely within our own control. The great man is he who does not lose his childlike heart. When one's desires are not excessive, there is no limit to what one can accomplish. In acts of great mercy, there may be small betrayals. One joy dispels 100 cares. A person should not be afraid of failure. but of not making the best use of his abilities. A person can only learn if they have an earnest heart. A person who is diligent and persevering can achieve great things. The reason why heaven does not deprive a person of their life is that they still have work to do on earth. The measure of a man is what he does with power. A person who is upright and righteous will always find support. Even if a person has made mistakes in the past, they can still make amends and become virtuous. Only when a person has a clear mind can they make wise decisions. A person who constantly learns will always have new opportunities. A person who is humble and respectful will always gain the respect of others. He who exerts himself to his utmost ability is bound to succeed. A person who is sincere in their words and actions will gain trust from others. When one's words and actions are in harmony, they can move the world. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The most important thing is not to avoid failure, but to learn from it and continue striving. A person who is benevolent and compassionate will inspire others to do good. To improve oneself, one must first cultivate their character. A person's true character is revealed during difficult times. Kindness and empathy are the foundation of a harmonious society. The path to greatness is paved with perseverance and resilience. One's moral character is more valuable than wealth or status. Wisdom comes from reflection and self-examination. The wise person seeks to understand before being understood. A person's actions speak louder than their words. True leadership is serving others with humility and integrity. Gentleness and patience can overcome even the most difficult situations. A person who is content with what they have is truly rich. Respect for one's elders is a reflection of one's respect for oneself. Do not impose on others what you yourself do not desire. The highest form of knowledge is understanding oneself. A person who is virtuous will always find happiness within. Humility is the gateway to continuous self-improvement. A person who forgives others liberates themselves from resentment. The greatest achievements are born out of perseverance and hard work. To govern others, one must first govern oneself. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to overcome it. A person who values their word is trustworthy and reliable. The key to success lies in continuous self-education. A person who seeks knowledge with sincerity will never be disappointed. By cultivating inner virtues, one can positively influence the world around them.